So my name is Joshua White. I am 23 years old. I will be 24 this year. I've been in part of Love Fosters Hope organization since I was 6 years old, and it has greatly impacted my life. From what given how young I was, it was in and out of foster care, but when I've talked to my biological mom, and I think it was the first time I was 2, and I'm not sure what has been recorded on paper as far as what's in my file, but from what I've been told, she lost me when I was 2 years old, and then it was an in and out struggle, and then I stayed, I think it was about when I was 4 or 5, I stayed in there for the rest all the way up until I was 18.
Knowing Josh, he's been moved around, he's gone through so many hard things, he's been in the depths of been getting into trouble to the point that I've been worried about him.
Most of the struggles that I went through, I mean, we could sit here and talk about hours of it, but the biggest stuff, it's that understanding of how the world works, how life works, like morals, respects, religion, everything that your parents are supposed to teach you. And you don't realize how important it is until you get older, and then you get out of school and you get out of the system, and then you realize that you were completely not prepared. You go through trying to put on this fake persona because you want people to love you, you want to have friends, you want to have family, and you see it. You see everybody around you, they have it, they're happy, and you were just so empty, and you don't understand what you did wrong. And in life, whether you're in foster care or not, you're gonna go through this. Kids go through this. But they have those parents there. They guide them and they tell them, look, this is normal, but when you don't have those parents, you're left to come up with your own assumptions of why it is the way it is. And so you're literally just walking. You're just walking through life. You're existing, you're not even living, and you don't care. And then you try to feel these emotions, you try to feel these pains with anything, whether it's sex, drugs, anything, to make you feel something. And by doing that, you lower your standards, you lower your morals, and it just eats away. And by the time you do meet somebody that cares about you, you're so jacked up that 9 times out of 10 they leave you because they're like, I can't help this person. They're way beyond helping, And this kid's only 15.
That mentor program that came about couldn't have been at a more perfect time for Josh and for me. The nice thing about being a mentor, it's just like that whole path of consistency that you offer your own children. By offering something consistent, a path to go back to, something they can reflect off of, is the most important thing in my opinion.
Everything that you want that should be in a family is in those camps. You have that structure, you have that love, you have that endless support, and there's just so much joy.
When these kids get there, they're withdrawn, they're distant, they don't know what to expect. They drive up and they have what to them probably looks like a crazy group of people yelling and cheering and going on about how much they want them to have fun. But that's day one.
Going to that camp, being around those people, being around people that actually care about you, for you, it gives some sort of, it's like a peaceful place. It's your happy place. It's a place of tranquility. You're relaxed. You're just pure joy. And once you get off the bus, everybody's screaming, everybody's happy, and they're just shooting confetti, and everything's great. But to you, it's dead quiet because you're like, I'm here. I'm here where people know my name. They know my age. They know everything about me. I'm not just some rock in a river. I'm meaningful here. People respect me, they love me, they notice me.
As the week marches on, you start to see little things like smiles develop, laughter, just the beginnings of coming out of the shell. As the week grows on, we celebrate every one of their personalities, every one of the things they do, no matter how small. To build their confidence, to celebrate them, to be who they are, they have to feel that externally first.
So when Love Fosters Hope was there, not only when I was a kid to give me that joy and that fulfillment and that peace of mind and that stability, but when I started to try to develop into a man, they were also there. I remember one time Kevin sat me down and he started, had a real deep talk with me. It was the first deep talk I've ever had. No one's ever sat me down and talked to me. I'm like, Josh, look, this is what you got to do. These are the keys to life. These are the joy. This is where you're going to find the love. But you need to be honest. You need to be respectable. You need to be responsible. And I cannot fathom, I can't even explain how much that has meant to me as part of my growth.
what we try to do is we bring those kids back each year so that even though it's a rise and a fall, that each camp that they come to again, they rise higher and higher. So by the time they're 18 and they're learning about the options they have for college, camp, relationships, how a man treats a woman, we hope that as they rise higher than not just where they were, where we hope they should be, but where God expects them to be.
What you're doing here is making a huge impact in this world. You are shattering the very floor itself by saving these kids, and these kids turn around and then they save other kids because they can look them dead in the face and be like, look, man, I get it. I get it what it's like to feel unwanted, to have no parents, to have nobody to cry to, nobody to talk to. But that's not the real world. You know, that's what feels like the real world, but the real world is filled with love. It's filled with great people, and the world is vast. It's so huge, and you will find good people, and when you do, they will be there for your entire life.
I'm proud of Josh, and although I wish I could spend more time with him, I'm comfortable now that I don't have to worry about him. And so, what more do you want? I mean, you can't beat that. So